Hello everyone, welcome on my YouTube channel. Today I am making my first video on YouTube about reading tips. Many people requested me about my secret of achieving 6.5 bands to 8.5 bands. Before starting this video, I want to give a brief introduction about myself. I am Gagan. I was preparing for IELTS from past 4 months and in February I got 6.5 bands in IELTS reading, and then I was working hard on reading, and then I figured out some patterns. That's how we can solve our IELTS reading more effectively. That is how I scored 8.5 in reading. I had made the 7-step process in order to solve the reading passages. First one is verify if paragraphs are given in the alphabetical order or not. I am going to explain these all steps later, but right now I am going to listing it out here. Second point is look at the questions. Which kind of questions are given to you. Third one is highlight the keywords in all the questions. After that, we have to skim and scan the passage. Then after that, underline all the keywords in the passage. After that, find all the locations of the question, and finally check the sequence for the question. Is this sequence in the sequence we find that our question is correct or not? We should have a quick glance on the passage and try to verify if paragraphs in the passages are in alphabetical order or not. But why we have to see that if passage is in alphabetical order or not? The main reason to do that is that it will give the information about the question has been asked in that passage. If passage is in alphabetical order, then there is strong possibility that we might have been asked one of these kind of questions, such as heading questions, such as the question where we have to find the information, like this information is given in which paragraph. Then after verifying these things, we can work on our next strategy. Look at this example here. In these two passages, first passage is arranged in alphabetical order and second passage is without alphabetical order. Therefore, in the first passage, there must be some heading question and the look for the information kind of question. However, in the second one, there will be no such kind of questions. Next step is looking at the questions. Why we have to look at the questions? Actually, the main reason behind that is it gives the vital information about how the information is scattered throughout the paragraph. For example, if there is summary completion type of question, then we have to look from all the paragraphs of the passage, because that is how summary can be completed. In this particular example, they are talking about the coconut palm, so they are talking about their part, description and uses. So as far as I can see, I can make a wild guess that the information is organized in first few paragraphs of the passage, and in another leftover paragraphs, next 9 to 13 question information will be given. After just making a simple guess, then we can just make a mental note about type of questions. We have to keep in mind what kind of question they already asked. After doing that, we have to highlight the keywords in the question. Now maybe you are asking, what are the keywords? Keywords are the words which stand out in phrase. Here is the example of keywords in the question. In this example, in the first question, main keyword seems trunk 30 meters, timber for house, and then leaves 6 meter, brushes, flowers trunk, sap. These three are for second question. And then there is fruits, outer layer, middle layer. There is coir fibers. Coir fiber is really unique keyword. Actually, there is one small tip is there. Whenever we are looking for keywords, always look for the keyword which are so unique, and synonym or antonym of this one is not possible. So these kind of the keywords are best for helping us to find out our questions. If you want to find the keyword in next questions, just pause the video and try it yourself. I am going to put this file in the description box. From there you can download it and find keyword for yourself. Now we have another keywords: coconut water, a source, coconut flush, oil and milk, glycerin and ingredients. Now we come to 9th to 13th question. Now our new section of question is started: true, false, not given. Two unique words are here: coconut seeds and germinate. We have to looking for these two. Wherever we find these two keywords together, other all following question will be in the following paragraph as well. Here in the 12th question, look at this keyword all. You might be wondering why all is very important keyword. However, it looks like same, it doesn't stand out in any line. But true, false, not given questions are the questions where we have to find specific information. So if they're talking about some of the coconuts found in Asia are cultivated varieties, then this question is false. So we have to always point it out this information all the time. I'm going to make a separate video on this topic, that how to solve true, false, not given questions. If you are struggling with these kind of questions, please subscribe to my channel, and I'm going to upload these videos very soon. Here all questions are being highlighted, and now next step is skimming and scanning. After highlighting the pair questions, then we have to move towards our passage. Then the first step is skimming. What it is? It is just quick reading the paragraph regardless of the fact that we understand or not. What it does? It is just quick reading the paragraph regardless of the fact that we understand or not. What it does? It will give the idea that how information is organized in the passage. At this point, you might be wondering that I didn't discuss about scanning. So what is scanning? Scanning is simply just looking for the important keywords throughout the paragraph. What are the keywords? You might be thinking that I just mentioned a few minutes ago that what are keywords. Now why I am mentioning again? Let me tell you again. Anything stand out is a keyword, but this information is not complete when we talk about keywords in our passage. Here I divided in two types of keywords. First one is significant keywords. Significant keywords you already know. These are the keywords which are in the questions also. The keywords we find in the questions, and if we find repeated these keywords in questions in our paragraphs as well, then these are the significant keywords. Then there is one more category. I had made one more category that is called insignificant keywords. Basically all other keywords which are not given in the question are the insignificant keywords. It is further divided in 5 subcategories. First one is noun, such as person name, place name, country name, or and anything what stand out. Second one is time period. For instance, 19th century, 1930, decade, 2nd October, and Thursday. Always have an eye on these kind of words. These are very important words. Third category is The word which meaning are unknown to you. Many people don't consider that these are the keywords, but if we talk about practical thing, it is very important kind, because many of students who are taking IELTS exam having English as their second or third language. So there is strong possibility that many of students might don't know the meaning of some words in the passage they are solving. So always have very keen eye of these kind of keywords if you find any in your paragraph. Fourth number is any number which is in alphabets or in numeric, such as 6 and 8. This kind of keywords are very important, because in the question they might switch the way how they are writing. They will switch the way from numeric to alphabet and alphabetic to numeric. It might confuse some students. Fifth one is connectors, such as a result, that is how, etc. Out of these connectors, the most important are contrast connector, such as nonetheless, however, but, and although. I have noticed that 50 to 70% questions are located nearby these words for true false not given questions. Here is the example that how skimming and scanning is done. We can put question and paragraph side by side and look at the keywords. Let's start finding the keywords right now. You can see here need to find trunk, 30 meters and timber for houses. I trying to find this here but unable to find this one in first paragraph. So I find this one. So I highlight this one as well. They are not present in the question. So that is why these keywords become insignificant keywords. Here is our important keywords. Trunk, 30-meter, timber for houses. We have to look for these three. So let's start looking here. Here we can see we find trunk here, 30-meter, and timber for building house. So most probably first question should be answered here. This paragraph doesn't have any answer. Next keywords are leaves, 6-meter, brushes. So we find here brushes. Since we don't have any questions, so I don't focus on so much on this line. Next one is flowers, then trunk, then sap. So we have to find flowers. We find trunk as well, but I am going to ignore trunk. That the trunk is not so important here. But sap is very unique, and I don't think that there is any synonym that could be used here. And sap is here, I somehow missed, but I already had the idea that sap is, they are talking about sap here at this line. Next one is fruits. Here they give the information about the fruit. Then they talk about outer layer. Then they give an outer layer here. Then they talk about middle layer, coir fibers. Here they talk about coir fiber. That is how we find the location of our question. Now here in this slide I had already underlined all the questions. You can have a look on this one, and if you want to try by yourself, just pause the video and try to solve yourself. Remember one thing here. Yellow color is for insignificant keywords, green color is for significant keywords. You might already had noticed this thing. So in the exam, actually in practical conditions, I had used following conventions. I underline for insignificant, and I had put it circle around the significant. But you can choose anything. Whatever you find suitable for you, you can choose that. Let's review the question what we had find already. First question we find here, we find trunk keyword here, trunk here. Then we find second question keyword flowers here and flowers here. Then the next one is we find very important one, coir fibers here and coir fiber here. 1 to 3 question answer should be here. Here for next question we have to talk about coconut water. We find coconut water here. Then there is source plants. Then plant is here. Then there is coconut flesh. They didn't talk about coconut flesh here, but still they talk about flesh here, and then there is coconut flesh as well here. Then they talk about oil and milk for cooking, and I find it here. coconut oil and coconut milk. They show little paraphrasing here, but it's very easy to understand. Glycerine, they talk about glycerine here. So now our fill in the blank questions are already finished at in first four paragraphs. Now two paragraphs are left intact, so we can say that another all question should be here, and we have to find that one. We have to keep finding all the location. Once we already find all locations, then we are ready for solving our all questions. We don't leave in the middle of that. We don't try to solve questions in middle of finding location. So here I find germinate first time. Here I find developing seed, but the seeds is little bit different because germinate is not together with this one. This is not so important keyword then. But here, when we talk about here, coconut seeds and germinate, I find it coconut seeds and germinate in one line. So that means our question should start from this area. Then they talk about Asia from America, 16th century. I have already put it America. That's why I tried to highlight all the keywords which have some country name, because right now we just have one paragraph and probably other 10 to 13 questions are only from this paragraph, so we can spend little time in this one. So here answer from 9 to 13 question is in this area. Now after getting location for all the questions, now we are all set for finding the questions answer as well. Now after getting the location of all the questions, now we are all set for finding the answer of our questions. There are few things to remember here. First one is, look at the keywords in first two questions and keep in mind. Try to remember the questions keyword, and if you are unable to remember those keywords, practice remembering that, and if you still cannot, keep your questions next to the reading passage. You can keep side by side. Next one is, whenever you start getting the keywords for first question, same time start looking for third question keywords as well, but keep an eye on first question keywords as well, because you might get them again and you might end up missing the real location of the question. The third point is not actually a different point, but this is a just exception. When we are solving true false not given or yes no not given question, then we have to look for three questions instead of two. This is very important because in these categories sometimes they don't have keyword for not given questions. So in that case you might be confused with the first two questions. Maybe second question is not given, and in order to find that you miss the keyword of third questions as well. It can leave you confused in exam and could waste lots of your precious time in exam. So guys, next point is that the second question location will be always in the middle of first and third question. What I mean to say, if you're finding first question, if you are unable to find second question right now, but you are getting third question keywords, then always look back. Second question keyword should be there in the middle of first and third one. In that case, there is very strong possibility is that there must be some words which meaning you are not sure about, or because since as I earlier mentioned, since the IELTS student mostly they don't know some words meaning in the paragraph, so you have to be very careful about these kind of keywords when you are not getting any kind of location of any question. Next point is that always try to verify all the sequences of the question from start to the very end. If you did not find any, then you should be careful about the words you are not familiar with. Might be the location of the question which you are unable to find is there. Last point is that if there are multiple type of question being asked, then look for the unique keyword of next type of questions as well, then that we might not find keywords from the first type of question but end up finding the keyword of our second type of question. It may really save your time, because we are start getting keyword. For example, we have two kind of questions: fill in the blanks, true, false, not given. For example, if we are looking for these keywords, leaves, flower, trunk, sap, and these up to here, but in the same time we have to look for these two keywords as well, because in the first paragraph we might not find this one sometime, but we might find this one. So instead of solving looking for this one once and then going back again for look again, better looking these one together. It really save a lot of time in your exams. So that's it. That is how we prepare before actually start solving our question. In next video I'm going to solve this question. If many people requested me to solve this question, I'm going to solve it, but otherwise I'm not going to solve it. I'm going to make more videos on different kind of questions for the IELTS exam. Also, I am going to make videos on writing tips. This video length is getting long. In next video, we are going to solve this question if many viewer requested. But if they didn't request, then I am not going to make it. So for watching that, please. So thanks for watching this video. Hope this may help you somehow. And if you find any question, please write in comments section. And subscribe, like and share my channel and this video. And thank you. See you in next video, and good luck for your exam.